In a row. Questions, use microphones.
Got a question for Sefo. Sefo, this is a well-deserved, hard-earned victory. How excited are you, Pac-12 South champions, in a big game coming up next week against Washington?
Very excited, to be able to grind one out. The defense really stepped up today. Offense, we really hot and cold tonight. It just came down to one-on-one matchups, and we really struggled. But shout out to the defense, holding the Utah offense. It was really big all game.
Sefo, you guys, can you just talk about your game plan just a little bit? Came out tonight really throwing the ball a lot, didn't run Phil too much. Was that what you expected going in? Did you see something in this Utah team on film that you thought you could exploit?
They just ran a lot of guys in the box, and they played man on the outside. And when you do that, it's really hard to run your running back because they always have a free guy running. And so it's another reason why we ran me a lot tonight. There's an extra blocker if I'm running the ball, and because you got to account for them, and their safety was coming down really fast, and so we just got to adjust on the fly. We didn't do the best as an offensive unit. We didn't always do our job consistently, and that's kind of why we struggled tonight.
Sefo, you guys said before, before even August, that you guys were going to be Pac-12 champions. A lot of people probably raised their eyebrows. Now you guys are. What does that feel like?
It's a great feeling, to put in all this hard work with these guys and to finally get something out of it. I think we've been working really hard for all the time I've been here, and we don't have much to show for it, but this year we do. And I can't thank, the defense enough. Guys like Devin, the guys that you guys don't really want to interview or talk to all the time. Those guys are stepping up this year and making plays. I really struggled today in terms of keeping hold of the ball, and I fumbled twice, but the defense got my back today. Offensive line had my back, receivers had my back, and I just think just because we're such a close team now, it just makes everything that much sweeter.
Devin, you've got the hat on, so the question is, CU great again?
Not yet. We close. We're getting real good now after that win, but we still got a lot to do the rest of the season.
Devin, can you just talk about the feeling of those final minutes when the seconds, tick off, and you're able to celebrate and know that you're not done yet, but the first major goal, winning the South, was done. And what was the feeling for you guys, just knowing that you guys have accomplished that part?
The sideline was definitely emotional, especially for me too, because I dedicated this game to my grandma and the seniors. My grandma just passed away this week, so it was just exciting. I was pretty emotional on the sideline, and it was just unreal and like once in a lifetime experience. And I just appreciate my teammates and my seniors, especially coming out and being here for the last 4 or 5 years. And I'm glad we got to let them go out on top.
This is for both of you guys. What's it say for you guys to win a game of this importance when you don't play your best football? What's it say about this team?
It's for who?
Both of us.
It just says that we have so much potential, even with playing as bad as we did overall, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Just showing how much potential we really have for the future in the next upcoming weeks. So, got a lot of game plans to do for our next couple of games, and we're gonna execute and leave the mistakes on the field.
I think in a game, it's never as good or it's never as bad as it always seems. I think we did some really good things, and we just didn't capitalize. I was an idiot, and I missed this guy. I think he's too fast for his own good, streaking in the end zone. And I missed a throw to George Frazier. So it's not all bad. There's definitely some positives we can take, and that Utah defense is one of the best we've played all year. So it's also a credit to them for how hard they play. Their front's very good, very active, and those linebackers were making some plays, one-on-one plays with our running backs, which is really big.
Question for Sefo. Congratulations, first of all. After that second fumble that you made, and you were talking about how the offense was kind of hot and cold, how key and how important was that next big drive that you guys came down and had the touchdown, and you completed the fade pass in the back of the end zone to cap it off?
It was very important. I think for the most part during the year I've done a really good job of keeping my emotions in check, and I kind of let them go after that fumble just because of we were kind of moving the chains, we were rolling, and just to fumble like that, it was really frustrating. And so it's very important to go back down there, make some big plays if need be, and score some points, because our defense has been doing a lot during the game, and I didn't want to keep putting them back out on the field because, I don't know, it sounds kind of weird, but it's unfair to them to be out on the field so much and us relying on them so much.
Sefo, to start the game, the offense struggled a little bit. How much of that was the emotion of the game in your last game in Folsom? Talk about that a little bit, please.
Zero. I don't think we were caught up in the emotion or anything. They just did a really good job in the beginning of batting down some balls, and I left one inside to Shea, and it just came down to a matter of execution. You know, I think we've been executing at a high level for the most part this year, and then it's pretty noticeable when we're not doing very well on offense. And so we just got to go back to the drawing board, be able to execute again on all fronts and in all schemes that we're doing, so that we can give our team the best chance that's possible.
One more question over there, and then one more over here.
Sefo, just the two fumbles in the game. I mean, arguably, if that happens to this team a year ago or the 2014 team, that's ship-sinking turnovers that would turn into losses. I mean, how does that kind of speak to where this team has come since you have been here, that now that you're winning these close games and coming back from mistakes like that and being able to close games out?
Yeah, it speaks volumes. I think that's kind of why I was so upset, is that it was that same feeling to me of me turning the ball over and really letting my team down. And the defense really stepped up tonight. Shout out to Tedrick in the back, Money Gang back there, and Slick Rick. You know, they did a hell of a job tonight. And so it's just a great team effort. You know, we struggled on all fronts, you know, and it's just a good team win to grind one out, because it's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to be perfect. And ultimately, we just have to be thankful and happy that we accomplished our goal of getting the Pac-12 Championship game and, you know, back to the drawing board. And then we're going to play a very good team in UW this week.
Sefo, you just talked about it a little bit, but can you talk about your defense and just how crucial role they played for you tonight? It seemed like in that second half, they just wouldn't break.
Yeah, they had some very key turnovers for us. I think it was Ryan Muller who had two. I know he had one forced fumble, and KO took it in. But especially in, you know, the front seven played a hell of a job, you know, keeping that running back in check who's been doing well all season. You know, the Money Gang, those DBs back there. I mean, I've gone against them for 4 years now, and just to see how tight it is back there, you got to make some good throws and have good timing with your receivers to get those routes and everything off. And so they've been working hard all year. I've seen it since fall camp, and it's just a testament to how hard they're working. And, you know, they deserve a lot of the credit tonight because they played very, very well.
Last question.
Sefo, I didn't see it happen, but did you get an award at the end of the game here? Buffalo Heart Award. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I got the Buffalo Heart Award. It's a great honor to receive that award. Nothing but thanks, praise, blessings. You know, I couldn't have done it even without these teammates pushing me, getting me through these years, because it's been a grind, you know, to go through all the bad to finally get to the good. So, you know, in my mind, it's not just my award, because all the time, sometimes when I'm really down, those guys pick me up and they keep me going. But I'm very thankful and blessed for the award.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
I told you.